Check, check, check. Check, check, check. I think we're good. Please let me know in the comments. My audio is clean. It's crispy. The lighting's it's a little bright, man, but I can't adjust it. And if you tune into the last show, you know why I can't easily get up and fix things. Just had surgery on my quad, so not as mobile. But I think this is good. This is good to go. And like what we do for every show, first things first, my peoples come first. And my peoples, those of you that are tuning in live, those of you that are going to tune in on the replay, thank you so very much. It is the first CIA episode of the season. It's episode 17 overall, but it's the first episode. And I thought it would be right to start off this first episode by recognizing the standings of last year, 2022, 2023. You see it right there. You see it, right? City at the top, three-peat. But it's a new season. It's a new year. So we gotta be happy with what happened. We got to move forward. We do have to move forward. So let me change that. And this is the new season. This is what we got. 2 games in. I could not do an episode week 1 or an episode after the Community Shield. The timing of my quad injury and the surgery just jacked everything up. So thanks for bearing with me. Thanks for all of the comments, the DMs, much appreciated. It's all things good right now. Healthy, speedy recovery. It's going really well. But we're going to get into it. And I think it might end up being a solo show. I think everyone's trying to get back into the groove of things. All of us, we've got to deal with work. We've got to deal with personal life. So getting the crew together, getting Gundalorian, True City Fan, Mancunian Way, Hamza, Don Smoke, Adam, getting the crew together, Coletso, getting the crew together is going to be a little tough, but it's definitely going to happen. And we kind of meet up, whether it's in the group chat, definitely over Twitter X Spaces. But I got to get the guys. On the show, as well as I got to get Andy. I got to get Sir Alan on the show as well. So let me make sure everything is clean here, and I'm gonna go to the comments real quick while I make sure things are properly adjusted. I got first in the building. I got to shout out the first in the building. First in the building, Zane. What it do? Big up to my guy Vader. Let's get into it. We're gonna get into it, man. We got to. It's been a great 3-peat trouble summer. It's been stressful. I think you can see the grays are coming in, man. The grays keep, why am I saying grays? The platinums keep creeping in, right? What do I have to be stressed about? I guess rivals will say, but nah, when you got 2 kids, life will bring in the platinums. Yo, Pardo Oaks in the building. Hi, Vader. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for the comment as well. Big up, Vader. Daniel, it's been a minute, my guy. It's going to be a short and sweet show, so I actually want to get into it. I'm going to tell you about the format. To the show. I'm going to tell you what to expect moving forward, and I'm going to put some things out there with regards to CIA, right? CIA intelligent agendas. We're going to set some things straight, and then we can all be on the same page. I would love for this channel and the interactions with regards to the comments for us to be going back and forth, sharing our noticed stats or noticed agenda points that we want to make sure we get out to the rivals. You know what I mean? Andrew, like the stream. Please, like the stream already. You know what it does. This isn't a money-making channel. God willing, it will be down the road. But right now, this is a diary. This is me talking football with you. You guys talking football with me. Whether it's Manchester City fans or rivals, we just go at it, right? So please, the like button is all that I ask. The share button would be special. The subscribe button would be great. Please like it. Zane, soon you're going to be having that Pep Guardiola beard. Man, I'm telling you, if your manager is not bald, at a young age, he's not serious. He's not serious about football. No, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Now, if he chooses to go out and buy a piece, he buys a piece and cover things up, that's different. But if your manager is not going gray or hair is not falling out, he's not serious. He's not about that life. So be careful who you make your managers. Be careful who you make your managers and stop with this ball fraud talk when it comes to my manager. But I'm with you, man. I'm getting the platinums in. Now, the standings will be a regular cover on this channel. On this channel, I'm going to make sure that we review the standings, right? We're going to make sure that we go over the standings every week. And I'm going to do my best in the description to detail week 2. In this case, August 20th is when I'm doing this video. But I'm going to put that in the detail of the description. So down the road, in the future, we got receipts. You're like, what did the panel say on da after week 1, after week 2? You can go search it up quickly. You can hover the cursor and see certain points on when we're talking about things, and you can hold us accountable. Or you can go back and see the confidence that we had, or maybe the growth in confidence that we may have throughout the season. It was a great exercise last year. I remember last year talking to the crew and said, what point was the maybe the darkest or the largest amount of doubt that you had with the season before obviously we went on for the three-peat trouble. So it was great to go back and do that. And I want to make sure that I'm very detailed in the description, or even the titles as well, for us to go back, or for those of you to go back and check it out. But we'll always cover the standings. We'll always do a week review. All right. We're going to do a week review. And we're also going to make sure to do a week preview. All right. We're going to say this is what I expect, or based off of games, who I expect to win or not win. We're going to make sure we do that. Okay. We're going to make sure that we do that week after week. And again, if I happen to get it right, give me my props. Give me my props if I have to get it right. If I happen to get it wrong, we go through it, and we go through the data. We go through the data, however you like to say it. We just go through the information on why those decisions are made. We're not just going to be doing things just based off of gut and opinion. That's lazy. Like, and anyone can do that. I can tune in and hear people waffle all the time. Oh, I said this, and now this week I'm saying something else. No, that's not what we're going to do here. At CIA Intelligent Agendas, we're going to be factual with it. We're going to have some actual thought with it. Okay, so hopefully you guys enjoy that. And on occasion, when we can, we will do some goal breakdowns. I will do some goal breakdowns. The luxury of, for learning purposes, we can put some video clips on the channel that seem to have been okay on my channel. I'm just messaging in the group chat. All right. So thank you all for being on the channel right now. If you haven't hit that like button, hit that like button right now. But let's go through it. Week 2. And obviously I missed week 1, but week 2. Actually, before I do that, let me just say this, okay? New excuses are forming for rivals. New excuses are forming for rivals. And the big reason why is because everybody's spending money. New excuses have to be formed, have to be developed, right? Talk to some of the big chatty chat fans, whether it's Twitter X Spaces, whether it's on YouTube with their channels. They got to come up with new stuff. They got to come up with new material, because we don't spend like the club that's winning right now is out the door. It's done. It's dead. No one can claim we don't have money. No one can claim we don't spend. Okay? Not even Liverpool fans. Zane, I'm sorry, man. Not even Liverpool fans can claim we cannot compete. We don't have the funds. No one can do that, right? Liverpool, Zane for years. Zane for years was making me pick up the bill. Zane for years was saying, you know what? I forgot my wallet. Zane for years was claiming that, you know what? I'm on hard times, man. I'm penny pinching. And then you know what happened? I saw his ATM transaction receipt fall out of his pocket onto the floor. when he was going to go buy get some money for Concedo. I saw Zane's bank statement, and he's had money. He's just been stingy with it. So rivals have no excuse. The excuse of we can't spend like the others, nah, they got to come up with new stuff. They have to come up with new stuff. And I tweeted this in promotion of the show or in recognition of the show, right? And I'll do a better job, honestly. This leg's got me jacked up. I'm not gonna lie. And another reason why I'm doing the show and I'm able to do the show now is because I'm officially, thank goodness, I'm no longer on the stronger pain meds. So my head's clear, right? And I can know that I'm speaking sense now, and I don't get groggy. I said groggy. I don't get groggy. So that's all good. And now, because of that, I'll actually allow for more time in terms of when I announce the show and tweets and things, so that there's more time for people to kind of know what's up. But I tweeted that obviously with this show, that the agendas for the year are firming up. The agendas for this upcoming year are firming up, and I love it. I love the drama that's happening right now, because even if when we just go back to the transfer window, right? We go back to the transfer window and we see how all of us, and I say all of us, I'm including myself, we're all shopping in the same grocery store for the same ingredients, right? Everybody needed to secure or improve their defense. Everybody was looking for that midfielder, right? How many of us were all in the mix to try to get Jude Bellingham? How many of us were all in the mix to try to get Declan Rice? How many of us were all in the mix to try to get Concedo? How many of us were out there trying to, um, or how many were out there trying to get Timber, right? And that's just a short list of players. But everybody was shopping for the same ingredients. And because those players, obviously, they land on only one team when two, three, four teams were bidding for them, is some real drama. So I know for a fact, I know for a fact, when it comes down to maybe all the attention that Concedo might have, now that he's landed at Chelsea, now that Lavia has landed at Chelsea, and the fact that for some moments in time you had United, you had Liverpool looking for those players. When they drop stinkers, when they have bad games, when they show signs on, hey, it's a good thing I didn't buy so and so, the agendas are firming up, man. And I'm gonna list a few out that I think we need to pay very close attention to. I'm going to make sure that we stay on rivals next, because we also know that they're coming for us. They're coming for us, so we need to be prepared. We need to have those, have those bullets in the chamber in a way. Um, let me see this real quick. Xavier Streets goes, those rivals fans spend extravagant on overhyped players. Xavier, fantastic name by the way. They do, they do, and they can't they can't this ruining football. They can't do that anymore. We don't have the same means. They can't do that anymore. So it's great. It's great that they've got to form new excuses. Zane, Vader, you're right about certain other bold certain other bold fraud. Hey, he's got all signs of being a good manager, but I said year two, I'm going to judge him. I said year two, I'm going to judge him. I'm not going to judge him on year one. And year two, I saw way too many similarities, way too many commonalities with him and Ollie. And this isn't like banter. This just isn't like trying to diss the guy. But he's got to manage year one. Yes, he doesn't have his players. So what's the best thing to do when you don't quite have your players and you can't play your style of ball? Counterattack, right? Be defensively sound. So when I saw that, I was like, I'm not going to judge him. I'm not going to judge him on year one. You do what you got to do. Year two, let me see something more. And all I've seen in this transfer window and what is supposed to be his style of play is a improved counter style team. That's it. So he's an improved Ollie. Plain and simple, man. I know rivals don't. I know those rivals don't want to hear it. But we're gonna have the standings up, and let me address the standings before I get into the agendas that are firming up. All right. So top of the standings after week 2 is Brighton, deservingly so. Deservingly so. I mean, two games played, 2 wins. I don't know. I don't know if Arsenal fans are worried about uh, another team going invincible, but Brighton, they've got 2 wins, no draws, no losses. Their goals for is impressive. 8 goals, 8 goals for, 2 goals against. So I mean, they're they're defensively sound, and I think their style of play is what puts a lot of pressure on the opponents that saves them defensively, right? Like when you constantly have your opponents defending, you don't have to worry about defending them. So I think Brighton's going to be legit. I mean, their business model right now is to get, I wouldn't say young talent, but it's to get talent, showcase them obviously, and they're not shy to sell. Obviously, they're not shy to sell. So um, their biggest attraction or their biggest star right now is Matoma, and he's had a fantastic start. I tweeted that I think he's going to be the next he's going to be the next record selling player out of their club. To who knows, but the man's legit, and they deserve to be top of the league with their 6 points. Next up, next up is us. I'm going to spend a little more time talking about us. Oh, actually, no. Before I do that, sorry. Brighton's last game. Let's put that on screen. Brighton's last game was against Wolves, and they won 4-1. All right, that's 2 games in a row, 4-1. Because the week before that, I think you can see there. Yeah, you can see it there on screen against Luton Town. And again, Luton just promoted. I didn't put anything into that win, but they did. They did their thing. And for how Wolves looked against United, all right, for how Wolves looked against United, United got their win. To now seeing what a proper organized attacking team looks like, Brighton punished them. I think it wasn't until, was it 2-1 or maybe 3-1 until Wolves got a goal, right? So Brighton were in control. 4-1, 2 games in a row, dangerous. And their next games against West Ham, their next games against West Ham, West Ham, I mean, they got the result against Chelsea. Are they good? No more, no Declan Rice anymore. Um, you know what? Moyes got them organized because they went down to 10 men and still were able to hold on for that win. So, you know what? That's going to be a good game. It's going to be a good game. It's at Brighton, so we'll see what happens there. But next week we'll keep close eye on whether Brighton remains undefeated. Um, let me go to the comments. I got my guy IAGA, one of the members from back in the day, Edison, my guy. I don't know if you plan on getting the EAFC 24, but let me know. Or even before that, you know what, we should get to gaming beforehand. Now that I'm in this recovery mode, but thanks for being on the show. My man says, hey, he goes, congrats on beating Newcastle. Edison, tough game against Newcastle, man. They're legit. They're legit. We start the season off slow usually. All right. We usually start the season off slow. And I can't say that we're in, great form. We've got some injuries and we're coping with it. I said that the 11 were going to be able to do their thing against that Newcastle team. I see my man Pitch Points in the background. I'm going to bring him forward shortly. I thought our 11 could do the job against Newcastle. I thought it would be tough on whether we could hold off that game if we happen to maybe suffer an injury or go down a goal. But it was absolutely fantastic. Edison also goes on to say, can we all laugh at Chelsea and United by getting scanned by Onana and Concedo? I think the Onana, yes. I think Inter did them dirty on that one, right? But Concedo, it's tough, man. It's tough. First game, brought in late, looking for him to be a difference maker. I mean, he did give that penalty away. tough start, but I expect him to remain good. He's a talent. He's a talent. Zane showing some class, saying that Foden was class. I respect that, Zane. I respect that heavily, man. We can't talk enough about Foden. It's been injury. Injury was the difference maker, man. Every rival hyena came out to want to talk about Foden last season because he suffered that kind of ankle injury and had appendicitis. All of them came out of the woodworks to talk about him. You know what I mean? Um, I wish him to be healthy, and then we'll see. We'll see what he does, man. See what this chat's all about. So, talked about Brighton, and let me do my best to make sure that I can transition this well, so we can go from team to team. Vader game. Now, next up is Manchester City. You know what I mean? So we're top. Why did it do that? I don't know why I went to that. Why did it do that? All right, I'll make sure I fix that next time. But we got us next. We got us next, and we're tops. 2 games played, 2 wins, no draws, no losses, 4 goals. We've scored 4 goals. That's half of what Brighton are doing right now. No goals against, and I like that clean sheet. I like the 2 games of clean sheet. There's a big record. There's a big record out there, nearly impossible. But I'm paying most attention to our defense. I think our defense can do something special, and the fact that it's been 2 clean sheets, and if they can continue on this way, make life difficult for the rivals, I think this defensive record in terms of goals allowed for a season, if I would take tremendous pride in my club if we were able to break that record. I'm gonna be honest with you, if we could do that. But we've got 2 games played, and our last game against Newcastle, like Edison brought up, was a battle. We played midweek. We played Wednesday in the Super Cup. New trophy for the cabinet. Holla at your boy. Not every club's got that one. So we got the Super Cup. It's in the cabinet, nice and no dust on it, looking nice. So we had to play on Wednesday, and the league. We know there's some things pending against us. We know we may not be the darlings of the league. We wear blue. Most of the darlings wear red. Liverpool, United, Arsenal. But they did us no favors. And this is one thing that I got to shout out to La Liga, right? Imagine as a football body to want your league to showcase and be the best in the world. If your team happens to if a team from your association are going off to represent, competing against another football association, you're going to want them to be at their best and to showcase well, right? I see that treatment given to whether it's Real Madrid, whether it's Barca, going out and winning all those other trophies, right? La Liga versus the Prem, or La Liga versus Serie A. The league did City no favors having us, knowing that we played Wednesday, to play on Saturday. Now, we played it at the later time, but didn't get that extra day to maybe play on Sunday, didn't get that chance to play on Monday like Arsenal happened to be doing. So we did what we had to do, all right? Not making excuses. We handled it, got the win. Newcastle are legit. They're going to be a problem. I want to see how they react. I want to see how they play against Liverpool. That's going to be a great test. But we got that 1-0 result, another clean sheet. We move forward. We play on the 27th, so that's good. 8 days between games, and Sheffield United should do our thing. I think we should have some bodies back. I think we should have Stones, and we should have Silva back. KDB's long-term out, but that'll be a good game, Sheffield. And then we turn around, what's that? 28th, 29th, 30th. 6 days. That's 6 days, and then we play Fulham. So Nah, it's looking good. I'm happy with the start to the season. I want bodies to heal up. KDB long term, man. That was tough. I think he and I are gonna have the same type of recovery schedule. But and when he's back, it'll be like a new player. But we're gonna show that we can do well without him. We can manage without him. We're a better team with him, but we can still get results without him. Phil Foden, like was mentioned earlier by Zane, Phil Foden showed his quality, man. Phil Foden showed his quality. It was absolutely amazing. Um, oh, I don't see you backstage. If you could rejoin, yeah, I didn't see you backstage. My bad. No, I did see you backstage, and when I was just finishing on a combo to bring you back to bring you in, you had dropped. So I don't know if there's a connection issue. Edison, come on, Vader. Even my Milan midfielder Krunic is better. 29 with high level experience in UCLN league, only costs 8 mil. Concedo is a scam. Edison, now this is the thing, and we've all played Monopoly. We all play Monopoly. I don't know if the boards are called anything different as you play, but prices are different, man. As you progress along the board, you get to like Park Place and Boardwalk. Those are mad expensive. Unfortunately, Concedo in the Prem, he's pricey. He's pricey. I do agree with you. I do agree that you can get quality. You can get similar quality outside of the league for a better price. It makes a lot more sense. And like you mentioned, you've got that over there. So hey, you might get poached. Be ready, Edison. You might get poached. Now, let me now go to our next team in the standings. Oh, that is why. So if I do that, and then I do that. No, it did the same thing. It's stupid. I'll figure out how to change it. But another reminder with regards to CIA, I'm not going to go through every team, right? I'm not going to go through every team. I got to go through those. I got to go through those threats, right? I got to go after the targets, right? And we set missions. We set missions on what we're going to be, what we're going to do, how we're going to target them, what we're going to be discussing, how we're going to be putting them under pressure because obviously they want to put City under pressure, but we're going to use the same logic against them. So Brentford, I'm gonna call out Brentford. We Manchester City, we need to get a win against them. They went undefeated against us last season, but I'm not covering them this week. Liverpool, fourth in the standings after week 2, one draw, one win. They got that draw against Chelsea. Did not look impressive, and obviously they got that win. They got that win being a man down. Actually, they got that win being a man down, but they've got four goals for, 2 goals against. Not bad. They happen to who did they play next? So that against Bournemouth. Yeah, tough break. So I think because of that red card that McAllister suffered, and I think he deserved. Did he get a second yellow and red, or did he get served a straight red? I'm not sure, but he deserved that. Like cleats up, scraping the back of the heel, near the knee. He deserved that. He deserved that. So he's out. I think he's going to be out for a few games. And they play against Liverpool. They play against Newcastle next. That's going to be an important game. I will be watching that game. And I need to see, Newcastle fans, listen. I need to see the same fight that you put against us to them. Kick them up too. Make life difficult for Liverpool. Let's see what they're made of. You guys are playing at home. I expect you to be even more aggressive at home. I know you did suffer an injury to Joe Linton, so hopefully that's not long term. But I need to see that same fight versus Liverpool, and let's see what Liverpool's really made of in terms of their overall quality. But Liverpool's on the bounce back. Liverpool, like I joked about earlier, they've got money to spend. Whether they choose to spend it is another thing, but they've got money. All right. This cannot compete with so and so. This cannot buy $100 million players is nonsense. All right. So we'll see whether they still have more business in this transfer window. I think Liverpool should be considered one of the teams battling in this top five. And I'm also going to share with you how notice when, yeah, let me tease this. Notice when you ask any fan, quote unquote, of a big club, right? Ask any fan, quote unquote, of a big club, what are their expectations for the season? There was a time when if you were a big club, it was one answer. If you were a big club, it was one answer: win the league. Ask these quote unquote, big clubs, what are your expectations this year? All right. I think that'll be a good exercise. Now let me go back here. All right. Vader game. Next up is Tottenham. You know what? People think that I'm clowning, or I'm being disrespectful or disingenuous or rude, or I'm not. I'm actually this is actually I'm genuine when I ask the question, because Tottenham have such a financial successful club despite not winning trophies. And some think I'm trolling when I say many clubs should aspire to, to maybe not aspire. Sorry. Many clubs should maybe admire or take note that they can trust in their process to be a successful club financially, even if they're not winning trophies, right? Even if they're not getting the hardware. Because look at Tottenham Spurs. Look at them. They've won nothing. They've won nothing. But their business model, their club growing in popularity, fan base, it's done even though they're not winning. That should be something like, you know what? Any club lower in the standings should be looking at that as like, it's possible. We can do that. We can get there. And if they're even more ambitious to want to win trophies, all the best, right? But Tottenham should be like, I see you. I see you. That should be like many other fans of clubs that maybe aren't having that financial success should be like, you know what? Tottenham can do it. We can do it, and we're gonna win trophies along the way. I think I'm honestly not trolling in that process, and it's another reason why when I talk to some United fans, they want to hear it. I know I'm getting ahead of myself, but United, they're 12th on the standings, so it's gonna take a while. But when I say, listen, United fans, you guys have the Glazers, and if the Glazers are these bankers and all they care about is this, why aren't the Glazers looking over at Daniel Levy, Tottenham, and say, you know what? No trophies. One of the most successful clubs. You look at the Forbes list, you look at most revenue, you look at all that. Dollar signs. Dollar signs. Why would the Glazers stress? Why would they stress about we need trophies? They got the legacy, they got the history. United, of course you do. Because you have that, because you have the fan base. You think the fan base is going anywhere? You think United fans are saying, we're no longer United fans? No, once you're a fan for life. And being a fan for life, do trophies really need to come to your club for your club to be successful financially? You look at Tottenham, no. So I mean, another convo for another time. But I had to put that out there. Let me go to the comments real quick. Mancunian Way, hey mate, good to see you, Martin. Oh, you know what? I didn't send you the link. You know what? This is the group chats are all jacked up. They're all jacked up. So I can't send one thing in one location. So apologies. How do I do that? Sorry for the break. Sorry for the break in action. Oh, actually, one sec. My next door neighbor is checking up on me. They know that she knows that I'm home solo recovering from the surgery. Sorry, guys. Actually, let me finish that later. All right. And Mancunian goes, got a little signal up here in my Lake District at the moment. All right, if you do, you're more than welcome. I sent out the link. I hope it works. Dre P, hey guys, I'm late, but big win. Dre, you may be late, but you're on time. All right, huge win. Like Donald Trump would say, huge win, huge win, huge win. Newcastle problems. Newcastle will be problems. And for us to get that win early in the season, past seasons, we lose 1-0 to Tottenham. You know what I mean? We start slow. To get that win and only use our starting 11, absolutely amazing. Having played midweek, I love it. Deserved win. Hard fought, well deserved. I agree with you. Xavier, the fight makes City stronger each year. This is a Xavier, I don't want to talk about this just yet. But the experience on this squad right now, and when I say experience, I'm not just talking first team, because we're getting success from our academy players because for them, they also three-peated in terms of them winning at their level. The experience in terms of like winning culture, it's so strong amongst the players and amongst the club. Like we can rely on that. We can hold on to that and not get rattled, not lose confidence. It's a huge factor, man. And we're gonna of all seasons, we're gonna have to rely on that the most because as it stands right now, we're not the biggest squad, right? Obviously, we're gonna buy quality. We're not just gonna buy quantity. So it's gotta make sense. And there's still a couple more days in this transfer window. But trust me, we're gonna be relying on a lot of our experience to get through this pursuit for a four-peat. All right. Dre P, you see Chelsea splashing cash and losing to 10-man West Ham. It proves that coaching, systems, and culture does it. That's why City and Pep do. Plenty ballers on the planet. Listen, Dre, bang on. You might have been late, but you're on time with that one. You know what I mean? Like, it's not about just hoarding and getting all the young talent. It's about it making sense. Now, will Chelsea be a problem maybe later in the season next year? I would say yes. But they can't splash that cash and not have a proper system and approach. Poch has some proving to do. Poch has some proving to do because what he did at Tottenham was great. He was bringing along players that obviously listened to him and knew him, and he had a strong hand in really guiding that. And then when they needed to push on, obviously he wasn't back enough. But he's got a mission on his hands right now. He's got a real mission over at Chelsea. If the patient level at Tottenham versus Chelsea, night and day. Klinical in the building, my guy. He goes. Pep said in the other day, not just money wins the trouble. Bang on, man. Klinical knows what he's talking about. If you don't know, in the description is his channel. You can click on that link, you sub it, get this man and his channel to just as many subs as I have. Please. His content's great. He's a gamer as well. And his approach and perspective on football is great. So please support that channel. Xavier, Chelsea got scammed twice. Cucurella now Cancedo. You know what? But Xavier, can we do that though? Can we honestly say that? Because again, over here it's intelligent agendas. Chelsea pretty much took that coaching staff from Brighton. So is it are they being scammed? Is it money laundering? Is it I don't know, but they know the quality because a lot of that coaching staff is from over there. That's so they knew what they were getting. They knew what they were getting. Clinical, big up Vader and big up the chat. Yo, 100% the chat, they make this show great. They make this show great. And I told myself I was going to make this a short, brief show just to recap everything. And I'm going to do my best to that. But I love the combo. I like how we're speaking here. Red Double Studios, big up Vader. Yo, my guy, Red Doubles, another channel. You know what? I'm going to make sure I go out and get your channel description and add it in here. I tuned into yours the other day. Great combo. Again, if you don't know, if it's the first time you're coming across, and Clinical just mentioned it, fantastic people in chat. Red Devil Studios has a YouTube channel. Go out and search that up on YouTube. After this show, give him a sub. His last show, I don't know if it was his last show, but he did a show where he was just reviewing the Glazers, Qatar, Sir Ratcliffe, and what the future potential sale or what's happening with regards to it. And very intelligent show, and would be a good use of your time to check that out. Dre P, well said. Poch is in that same bracket as Ten Hag, in my opinion. Both clearly good, but they've won nothing. Yet it takes time to build culture and system. It does. And this is the thing. See, Poch not chatty. Poch isn't talking about eras coming to an end and all this, ending Manchester City's treble attempt. So both of them have a lot to prove. It's going to be interesting to see whether both fan bases, the Chelsea fan base and the United fan base, show the patience for these managers to get their systems in place. Um, and yeah, we'll go from there. Dre P, Cucurella and Concedo are both awesome players. It's about gelling and being in the right system. It's not cut and paste. It isn't. And you know what? You can't just take a player and then sub them on and give them the same instructions as the player that was subbed off, right? Like, things need to be adjusted, and I think Poch is trying to find his way. It's week 2. It's week 2. If fans are killing managers in week 2, yikes. I said this I said this a while ago. Pep didn't have the best first year. Sir Alex Ferguson didn't have the best 6 years, I think. Arsene Wenger didn't have the best 4 years. I got a call coming in. Let me mute this. Apologies, I'm gonna be real quick. All right, apologies for that. Yeah, so in this day and age, the way everything's so Instagram, microwave, I want it now. I wonder what I wonder what it would have been like for those managers in this era. I really do. Blue Heart in the building. With our Champions League win, we swept away all the haters and those that claimed that City would never be a top team until is not something we can carry anymore. Listen, we are the defending English and European champions. Man, in the same year. Listen, there's nothing. They not only Blue Heart. Not only do rivals have to come up with new excuses. Rivals had to come up with new banter against us. Rivals had to come up with different reasons on why City aren't a big club, relevant club, important club. They have to come up with all of that stuff. They have to change it. I love it. I love it. We are now top. Um, We are now top of the tree, and the view is great from up here. Listen, penthouse settings. Some Arsenal fans know what I mean by penthouse settings. We've been in the penthouse for 5 out of the last 6 years, 3 years straight. It's nice. It's nice up here, and obviously we want to remain here, but it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough because everyone is bidding. Everyone's got the cash, and they're bidding for this penthouse. They're coming up, man. It's going to be a battle. We'll see. Franklin Cap, saucy jerk. Listen, Cap. Oh, you know what? Actually, let me remove some of this because I don't do this enough, man. I think I think Cap. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie, Cap. I'm not gonna lie. All right. I was an underwear model in Walmart. No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. But I think I could model this. Manchester City. You want some you know what I mean, for the website. For the website. Call it your boy. This shirt is nice. This shirt is nice. I got myself a nice large. It's the lighting's. Listen. Hopefully everyone can either get one of the three jerseys of this season, following the three-peat trouble. I love the designs. I know some don't really like the home kit. I want to be honest with you, I need to see the home kit up close because I want to see the back of the collar. The back of the collar, and how it comes through. It looks a little weird to me, but I do like orange. My alma mater is Syracuse Orangeman. I do like orange. It's a nice touch. E, I just found your channel. Good to see. Ethan, Man City, man, thanks for the love. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for the comment as well. And if you can, be so kind, hit that like button. Now, oh, another call. Apologies. I am. Let me give you the long, short story. And apologies, those of you that stayed. Thank you so very much. Don't kill me. Don't kill me with the dislikes or the comments. But I suffered this injury, quad injury. I'm home. I'm home alone actually. Um, and wifey and the kids are out west. So there was just I guess poor timing show wise, but you know when you can tell your significant other needs to have a combo. So yeah, kids haven't been the best all the time, so there was a little bit of venting and yeah, just had the combo. So apologies. We are back. Let me make sure that I can adjust and
Vader game.
transition that for the edit for you guys moving forward. Um, let's see, what comments did I miss? Um, where? Oh, here we go. Yeah, Xavier. It's likely Tottenham Brighton finished top four over United and Chelsea. I would love to see that. Xavier, I would love to see that. Listen, I'm a firm believer. And a lot of these legacy clubs um, think that it's got to be the same clubs at the top. The best thing for the league, right? And I've seen this firsthand. I'm here out in Toronto, right? Different sport, NBA. Yes, I follow basketball. But the Toronto Raptors, new franchise, okay? They won the NBA championship. When you have winning for a club that's never won before, that fan base gets mad energized, right? And can you imagine the hype? Can you imagine the revenue, the sales? Like, listen, Tottenham and Brighton finishing. I know Tottenham's finished. Have they finished second in the league before? I think they finished second in the league before. Have they? Don't kill me in the comments. But Brighton, Tottenham, above those two, good stuff. And then you can think of the back and forth that's happening amongst the fan base, the confidence, playing in Champions League. It's a real thing. Blue Heart, hit the lightning, Vader. That shirt looks striking. Listen, man. And the lighting, Blue Heart, the lighting is look at just the movement alone. It's a great shirt. It's a great shirt. I kind of wish that the lightning was still on the back because the black is like it's like plain. Obviously, well, you got to put the name and number, but you know what I mean. Apologies for that break as well. Thank you all. All right, let me do this as well because we were talking about Tottenham. West Ham are sixth. They have a win and a draw. Oh, you know what? I didn't mention who Tottenham play next, or did I? No, I didn't. So they end up getting that win off United, big, huge, love it, love that result, right? So they got that win over United. When we talk about United, they're going to be questioned, and I'll be quick. But they play Bournemouth next. Bournemouth didn't look that great against Liverpool, so I'm expecting, even though Bournemouth are going to be at home, I'm expecting Tottenham to win that. They should win that game, all right? They should keep that momentum and win that game. All right. That's going to annoy me. I'm going to have to fix that. Okay. Vader game. Okay. Next, we got West Ham. West Ham need to see more. I don't know what kind of, if they still have business to do in the transfer window. I think they do. I think they need another person up top. But could they build off of their European win last season? In Europe, I don't know. But I think there'll be a problem. Moyes is a good manager. I think there'll be a problem. Then we got Newcastle. I spoke on Newcastle. We happen to play them. They play Liverpool next. Big game. Newcastle currently 1 win, 1 loss. That loss was to us. But defensively, I think they're going to be good. So we'll see what happens when they play next. And we'll talk about Arsenal. Arsenal actually play tomorrow. So I don't quite have all of that rah to talk about them based off of this past week. But let's point this out. They play against Crystal Palace away. And from what I understand, they don't have the best away record against Crystal Palace. They play at 3:00, late game. 3:00 my time, 8 p.m. their time. So that'd be good to watch. I will be watching very closely because they're obviously playing with no Timber. When we talk about agendas firming, right? We talk about agendas getting settled. Let's see Declan Rice. Let's see what he does. And I don't know if they have any bodies returning back from injury, but Arsenal are going to be under a lot of scrutiny. According to their fans. And this is where some of these agendas get set. If it were not for the injury to Saliba, they would have won the league. The 93% of leading the league, they would have won it had it not been for the injury to Saliba. Saliba's healthy. The only player that exited out their door was Granit Xhaka. They brought in Kai Havertz. And I think this is talked about a lot in North American sports. There are players that are called coach killers, right? Players that come in, they look good, they seem to have all of the attributes, but for whatever reason, winning doesn't happen with them. I think Kai Havertz might be that coach killer for Arsenal. All right. I think Kai Havertz is going to be that coach killer for Arsenal if he persists to play him and try to find a way. I think Mason Mount is going to be that coach killer for United if Ten Hag continues to force him into play or with that style. What's another coach killer? McAllister. I don't think any additions this year to Liverpool are coach killers, but Darwin Núñez, he's not starting, and Klopp's smart not to start him, but that's a lot of investment in the player. There's a few coach killers out there, and I'm gonna compile a better list. Those are the three that I want to mention, right? Ooh, actually, Chelsea coach killer. Mudryk is a coach killer for that. Another coach killer. Sorry for United, Anthony and Mason Mount. Egads, too dangerous. Let me go back to these comments. I had to say, oh my guy, Exhibit Mudryk today rating him. For you're rating him -9. Man, you know what? He's a player that needs to be coached up like Sterling was. Sterling, I think, is more talented, more intelligent of a player than he is. But I think simplify the game. Here's what I want you to do. In this situation, do this. This situation, do that. Like, just break things down simpler. I don't think he's getting that level of coaching. He's rapid though. He's rapid, and he could use that to his advantage. I think he just needs to be better managed. Blue Heart goes, all the best, Bader. See you soon again. Man, Blue Heart, thank you so much. Apologies for that break in action. When you got to talk with wifey with regards to the kids, all things stop, man. All things stop. Clinical. I'm not sure if you touched on this, but Laporte is getting his move to Al Nassr. Sad to see him go. Wish him the best. It's a better ending to the journey. Yeah, I agree. Clinical. I did see that briefly, but I didn't see like the confirmed Manchester City post. But I did see that. I agree. He was a warrior for us, and the fact that last season he started the season injured, but he put his body on the line. I'm not saying he played concussed. I'm not saying that, but he is going in for those headers. He's playing on half of a leg. What he did for us to get the win last or 2 seasons ago now, absolutely amazing. I will not say a bad thing for him. Quality player. Obviously, he wants his playing time. It's time for him to go. But Laporte, he's a reason why we got so many trophies. Xavier, I think Chelsea, Man United are rushing perfection. Selling and buying a new starting 11 without having the team playing together for a season or two won't help their squad develop. Xavier, it's in their DNA at this point. The impatience, the lack of commitment, the overreaction, the quick turnaround, the fire and hire to try and get higher. It's what they do. And it's in the fan base. So we'll see what happens there. We'll see what happens with them. Yeah, Spurs finished second when Leicester won it. Thank you, Clinical. Thank you. So they finished above United and Chelsea. That's going to be nice. That's going to be nice jokes. Never mind. They were second that year. It was the year after when Chelsea won it. Oh, my bad. I should have read that message before I read that message. Got you. Mudryk is like Maguire. You're killing me today, Exhibit. Killing me. Atonement. Like and subscribe if y'all are new, everyone. Man, much respect. Love that Abby, Dragon Ball Z, wearing this shirt kind of feel like that aura. Xavier, gonna miss Laporte, but knowing City, we always have a good player coming in when we let one go. It's true. And I mean, He's been a professional for us. He's been a warrior for us, and sometimes players got to go. The manager, the club, the board, they're going to do good business in terms of when to let the player go, and yeah, we wish him the best. Dre P, if Raheem Sterling could do so well at City, Mudryk would do well also. I think he's very likely to end. Very likely. I think he's very likely, but end product is an issue. Gotcha. Yeah, he's quality. His decision making and what he does in that on goal needs to be smarter. Needs a lot of chances, which a team like City provides a lot of. Yeah, I think if he shows that he's got good touch, because let's say he's on our squad, Ederson spraying some of those passes, KDB spraying some of those passes, maybe from the back line, and for him to put that right back under pressure. Yeah, but he needs to be coached up. He needs to be managed. I think Sterling regretted. Xavier, man. Every player is going to regret leaving a trouble-winning team. Of course he regrets it. All right, let me do this. Adjust that. Now. Oh, sorry. I was supposed to remain there. Arsenal's next game after Crystal Palace will be Fulham. So that they'll be playing that game before we have another CIA show. So I expect Arsenal to win against Crystal Palace. I expect Arsenal to win against Fulham. They should have all those wins. I think convincing, and their next game will be September 3rd. Okay, big break. Now, let me do that. It's actually pretty fitting. It's good that we're always reminded that City won the league last season. Let me do this as well. Vader game. Next in the standings, we got Crystal Palace at 9th, Aston Villa at 10th. Aston Villa, good win today. They're now 1 win, 1 loss. Nottingham Forest, 1 win, 1 loss. And then at 12th, we got United, 1 win, 1 loss. Ask United fans what they expect of their club this year. If they're a big club, their answer should be, we know what their answer should be if they're a big club. If they're not a big club, if they don't give that proper answer, they're not a big club. They need to get back. They need to get back to being a big club mentally. But no, they got a big game. They had a big game against Tottenham. We talked about that earlier, obviously reviewing Tottenham. Their next game is against Nottingham Forest at home. I think they're going to get that home cooking, that home treatment like they always do. Nottingham Forest don't look all that dangerous, although United and Nottingham Forest do have the same record, 1 win, 1 loss. But I do expect them to bounce back. And after that, they play Arsenal at the Emirates. We're going to be talking about that in detail next show on CIA. Trust me on that one. But United this season, playing in all competitions. This United brand, have they started talking about Glazers out yet? Has it gotten that bad yet? Because that's the root cause. That's what everything comes back to when success isn't there. Have the fans talked about the Glazers out yet? Probably not. But it's going to be a very interesting season. We're going to keep a close eye on that. The focus this year will be, we're going to pay close attention to Brighton, City, Brentford from a City standpoint, because we got to get our win. We got to get a win against them. Liverpool, of course. Tottenham, of course. Keep a close eye. Not a close eye. not a close eye, but I'll look out for West Ham. Newcastle for sure. It's going to be this. I think this will be their year where they show that last year wasn't a fluke. Arsenal, all they've done is strengthen. That's all they've done is strengthen, and a healthy Saliba. Crystal Palace, I don't think they're going to be that threatening. Aston Villa, I don't think they're going to be that threatening. Consider them targets. Nottingham Forest, not on the mission list. Man United, we're going to pay very close attention to Man United. And there's going to be some additional shows. Citizens, Neighborhood Watch is another show. If you check out my channel, I kind of address United specifically on Citizens Neighborhood Watch. We address all things United. And obviously, at 15th, we're going to be paying very, very close attention to Chelsea. You cannot spend that much money. You can't. You can't show that much spending intent and not be paid attention to, and not be labeled a potential threat, and not be considered a team that should be contending for trophies, right? Chelsea spending, Arsenal spending. We're going to be watching them closely despite where they are in the standings. Let me do this. Oh, Dre P goes, I think talking about Sterling. I think he regrets the left because I think I deserve more game time in the team. And yeah, I know, I agree. He left because he wanted to play more, but it's like you got to be careful with that. You got to be careful with that because sometimes you remain where you're at to prove that you should be getting that playing time versus going somewhere else where that game time is less of an issue or less of a concern. You know what I mean? I like that iron sharpens iron. That mentality as an athlete, that keeps you sharp. Maybe you don't necessarily get the branding. You don't quite get the attention outside of the sport. Or from a sports standpoint, from you being the best possible player, if you're amongst the best, if you got to be the best to get on that pitch, that's what it's about. And I know in team sports it's a little different. Individual sports like athletics, it's what you put in is what you get out. So you got no one to be like, this manager's not playing me because he favors so and so. But I think I agree. Sterling would regret the fact that he left for more playing time. And the playing time that he's getting, he's not surrounded by the same quality. The matches he's playing in aren't of the same intensity and value. And to miss out on the trouble, man. To miss out on the trouble. No need to apologize, Vader. Family first always. No, thank you for understanding, man. Thank you. And I'm going to do my best to go back. I'm going to timestamp that break. Maybe I'll call it Vader on mute family time. So you guys can kind of skip that and address the other things with regards to the show. Dre P, Tottenham finished second the year Leicester City won it. They can blame them for Kane leaving. Kane who is not... I don't hear Tottenham fans saying Kane who. But Kane out the league? Hey, Kane out the league is different now. Kane out of the league is different now. And Tottenham, I think they're better for it. They probably should have let him go a lot sooner. I think they should have done like a Liverpool and sent him and take that cash injection and kind of have an earlier rebuild to what they're doing now. But hey, you live and you learn. We'll see what he does over at Bayern. See what he does now playing in Champions League. But it's gonna be a real season. There's gonna be a lot of things to kind of discuss and to go over. Let me also point this out. The new excuses for rivals, just to recap this, the new excuses for rivals is going to be based off of all things other than spending. Okay? Spending is no longer going to be an excuse by rivals. It cannot be. Especially now, especially with how we're seeing so many of the clubs strengthening themselves, getting those players, putting in those bids, whether they get the players or not. They've got it, right? On top of that, if you happen to be a rival on this show right now, or if I happen to speak to you in the Twitter X spaces, I keep hearing, and I gotta adjust because my legs starting to bother me. But I keep hearing that big clubs do these type of things. Big clubs have these expectations, right? If you're a big club, you play for trophies. If you're a big club, you don't target top four. All right, rivals, we're gonna be asking you, what are your expectations this year? All right, you better have some big club answers. All right, and no more excuses. I hope you enjoyed this week's show of Vader Games TV. This is episode 17 of CIA Intelligent Agendas. I'm surprised I was able to last this long. Um, and apologies again for the break, but we're going to do this weekly. And I'm going to have some fantastic, amazing panel members. Klinical was in the comments. I'm going to do a better job in terms of scheduling, and hopefully I can get people on panel wise. I also think I'm going to make an effort to maybe tweak around the timing, right? Because I know this, I want to be able to really cater to not only the UK football peeps, but also my North American peeps that tune in and support as well. So we're going to try to find a nice, consistent, and day and time stamp to get into it. Before I drop, let me see this. Xavier goes, Vader, do you still think we could get Paqueta if there's early evidence showing he's innocent before the month end? Xavier, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think even if there's early evidence maybe suggesting or showing that he's innocent, it there's going to be more time required to like be certain of it, and I don't think we can afford that to be the case. Maybe it's one of those timing's not right. Go and revisit him in January, similar to when we had actually got Laporte in a January signing. But I don't think so, man. I think we're looking for that next available player. But yeah, I want to say, my peeps, you did your thing again. All right, you supported this channel in a fantastic way. The comments have been great. We're gonna refine this as always. This show an hour 15 max, right? And I said this last year, but I mean it. I'm going to have a countdown because when the panel members on, we all love to talk. So when I'm gonna have the timer countdown, boom. Whoever happens to be one of our targets, right? One of our targets, 5 minutes, clock starts. We all panel members, bam, bam, bam. We talk about it, and then we move on to the next. All right. CIA, we're gonna have the countdown for us to keep on track, and then you guys also know, you girls and boys, men and women, gentlemen and ladies, also know for when we move topic to topic because the timer is gonna be there, and we're gonna be like that with it. So I hope you enjoyed this show. We're back with CIA. The next show will be Vader Games. Why always me? And subscribe and like it. Love as always. I'm Vader Games, and I'm gonna catch you guys next time. I'm out.